Hey viewers, welcome to African Tales by Afi. Please kindly click the subscribe button to get notified for more amazing stories. It was a cold Friday night in the city of Albany. The streets sparkled with lights, and music danced through the air from the many clubs lining the road. Laughter, car horns, and footsteps filled the night. But not everyone was having a good time. Amara stood outside the noisy club, her knees wobbly and her eyes watery. Her curly hair was messy, and her dress clung to her like it didn't belong. She had tried to be brave that night, to pretend everything was okay. But deep inside, she felt empty. Her so-called friends had left her behind, and she was too dizzy to find her way home. Just then, a sleek black car rolled slowly past. The man inside, dressed in a fine shirt and watch that gleamed under the street lights, tapped his driver. "Stop," he said calmly. The driver halted. The man stepped out. His name was Deo, one of the most successful businessmen in the country. Everyone knew his name. Some feared him. Others adored him. But very few knew the truth. Deo had a quiet heart, a soft one, even if he tried to hide it. He walked over to Amara. "Are you all right?" he asked gently. Amara blinked at him, confused. I think I left my phone, or maybe my shoes," she slurred, looking down at her bare feet. Deo sighed and removed his jacket. Without a word, he placed it over her shoulders. "You can't stay out here like this." "Where do you live?" Amara gave a sleepy laugh. "Nowhere. I mean, somewhere. I don't know." He studied her face. She didn't look like she belonged out here. Something about her made him pause. "Come on. Let's get you somewhere safe. You need rest." Inside Deo's big house, Amara curled up on a soft couch while a woman named Auntie Mary, the housekeeper, brought her a warm cup of tea. "Poor child," Auntie Mary said, placing a blanket around her. "Who just leaves a girl alone like that?" Deo sat nearby, watching quietly. "I don't usually do this," he said aloud. Auntie Mary smiled. "Kindness isn't weakness, Deo." He looked at Amara again, who was slowly sipping the tea. "Thank you," she whispered, meeting his eyes for the first time. "You didn't have to help me." "I know," Deo replied simply. "But I wanted to." The next morning, Amara woke up and found herself in a cozy guest room. The soft sheets and warm sunlight confused her. Then she remembered, a stranger with kind eyes and a soft voice had helped her. She stepped into the kitchen and found Auntie Mary humming a song. "Ah, good morning, my dear," she said cheerfully. "Come eat. You need strength." Amara sat down, eyes wide at the breakfast spread: eggs, yam, toast, fruits. "I can't eat all this." "You don't have to," Auntie Mary chuckled. "Just eat what you can. And don't worry, Deo already left for work." Amara hesitated. "Is he angry that I stayed?" "No, child. He's worried. That's all." Later that day, Deo returned. "I should go," Amara said quietly. "I don't want to be a burden." "You're not," he said, his voice calm. "But if you must leave, at least let me get you home safely." Amara looked down. "I don't have a real home. I sleep at my cousin's place when she lets me. Sometimes on the floor." Deo frowned. "That's no way to live." She shrugged. "Life hasn't been fair. A long silence followed. "Would you like to stay, just until you find your footing?" he asked. Amara's eyes widened. "Are you serious?" "I don't make promises I can't keep," he said. That night, Amara sat by the window, staring at the stars. She whispered to herself, "Why me?" A soft knock came. Deo stepped in, his hands in his pockets. "I hope I didn't scare you," he said. "No," she replied. "You helped me." He nodded. "Good night, Amara." "Good night, Deo." As he closed the door gently, they both felt something strange in the air. A small spark, quiet but strong, something neither of them could explain. And that was the night everything changed. Amara had been staying in Deo's mansion for 2 weeks now. At first, she felt like a stranger in a dream. The walls were too clean, the chairs too soft, and the silence too loud. But slowly, she began to feel safe. Every morning, she had breakfast with Auntie Miri, who treated her like a daughter. "Eat more, Amara," Auntie Miri would always say. "You're still too thin." "I'm trying," Amara would giggle. "Your cooking is magical." But Deo? Deo was like the wind, he came and went. He would speak gently, ask her how she was, but there was always something behind his eyes. A sadness. A shadow. One morning, Amara gathered her courage and knocked on his study door. Knock. Knock. "Come in." She stepped in, fidgeting. Deo looked up from his laptop. "Yes?" "I just wanted to say, thank you again. For everything. You didn't have to let me stay." He smiled a little. "You've said thank you at least 12 times this week." "Well, I mean it," she said shyly. He closed his laptop. "Amara," he said softly, "has anyone ever taken care of you?" She blinked. "What do you mean?" "I mean, truly looked after you? Made sure you were safe, happy, fed?" She looked down, playing with her fingers. "My mother died when I was 8. My aunt took me in. But she always said I was a burden." Amara sighed. "So I stopped asking for things. I learned to take care of myself." Deo looked at her, his heart tightening. No one should grow up like that. Amara shrugged. "It's just life." "No," he said firmly. "That's not what life should be." There was a long silence. Then Amara looked up, a little smile tugging at her lips. "You're very serious, you know that?" Deo chuckled. "I've been told." Later that week, Deo invited Amara to attend a dinner party with him. "It's just a small gathering," he explained. "Business partners. No pressure." Amara panicked. "I don't have anything to wear." Auntie Miri beamed. "Leave that to me." She brought out a lovely, simple gown, cream with gold trimmings. "This used to belong to my daughter before she moved abroad," Auntie Miri said. "You'll look beautiful in it." At the party, everyone stared at Amara. Whispers flew like bees. "Is that Deo's new girlfriend? Where is she from? She doesn't look like the others." Amara felt her chest tighten. She looked up at Deo. "They're staring," she whispered. "Let them," he replied calmly, holding her hand. "You're with me." "But I don't belong here." Deo turned to her, his voice firm but kind. You belong wherever you feel safe. And if anyone thinks otherwise, they don't matter. Amara's eyes watered a little. No one had ever said such things to her before. Later that evening, one of Deo's old friends, Bola, walked up to him. "Deo," he said with a fake smile, "you always surprise us. Last year it was the actress, the year before, the lawyer. But now, a street girl?" Amara gasped. Deo's eyes narrowed. "Watch your words, Bola. I'm just saying. She is not a street girl. She is my guest. And if I hear that tone again, you can leave." Everyone went quiet. Amara wanted to disappear. But Deo gently placed a hand on her back and walked her out. "Why did you defend me like that?" she asked once they were alone. "Because you deserve respect," he replied. "Not everyone has to know your past to see your worth." Tears rolled down Amara's cheeks. "No one has ever fought for me. You don't need 1,000 people. Sometimes, one is enough." Back at the house, Amara sat by the firelight. "Why are you like this?" she asked softly. "Like what?" "Kind. But distant. Like your heart is full, but closed." Deo looked away. "My father left when I was young. My mother struggled. I built everything I have from nothing. So I've learned to keep people at a distance." "But why?" "Because the closer people get, the easier they can hurt you." Amara whispered, "I understand that." He looked at her gently. "Maybe that's why we met. Two wounded hearts." That night, Amara wrote in her little journal. "He saw me. Not who I pretended to be. Not what the world called me. He saw me. And for the first time, I'm beginning to believe I matter." Few weeks passed, and life inside the mansion slowly settled into something calm and sweet. Amara laughed more. Deo worked less. Auntie Miri baked too many pies. There was peace, for a while. One sunny afternoon, Amara was in the garden, humming as she watered the flowers. Deo watched her from the window, a soft smile on his face. "She's different now," Auntie Miri said, appearing beside him. "She's finding her wings," he replied. "She reminds me of your mother," Auntie Miri added. "Gentle, but strong." Deo nodded, though his eyes turned distant. She would have liked Amara. That evening, as they all sat for dinner, Auntie Miri served pounded yam and a goosey soup. "You're learning well," she said to Amara. "Your hands rolled that fufu just right." "I never cooked much before," Amara admitted. "But it feels nice." Deo chuckled. "It tastes nice too." They laughed and ate, unaware that a storm was brewing, not from the clouds above, but from a past that had not finished speaking. The next morning, Deo's phone rang. It was a reporter. "Mr. Deo, we have a story going out tomorrow. About your relationship." "What story?" he asked coldly. "About the girl. Amara. Someone sent us information. About her past. The bar fights, the rehab center." Deo ended the call. His hands tightened into fists. Who would do this? Later, Amara found Deo in his study. His jaw was clenched. "Is something wrong?" she asked. He hesitated, then handed her a tablet. The article was already live. Billionaire falls for broken girl, a fairy tale or a mistake. Beneath the headline were pictures of Amara, drunk, crying, stumbling in front of a club. Her hands trembled. Where did they get this? I'm trying to find out. It's true, she said softly. All of it. I don't care. But the world does, she shouted. They'll say I'm not good enough for you. I didn't choose you for the world. I chose you for me. Tears welled up in her eyes. You shouldn't have to carry my shame. Amara, he said gently, your past is part of your story. But it's not the whole book. She turned away, hugging herself. I don't want to drag you down. And I don't want to live in a world where love is based on perfection, he replied. We've both made mistakes. The next day, Amara went out for a walk, alone. She wore dark glasses and kept her head low. But she still heard them. Is that the girl? Yes, so. The one from that article. I heard she even. Amara walked faster. She stopped at a quiet park bench and sat. Suddenly, someone joined her. It was a woman with kind eyes and a baby on her back. Amara, right? Amara froze. I saw the news, the woman said. But I don't believe everything I read. Amara blinked. You don't? The woman smiled. I used to sleep under that tree over there. Homeless. No one thought I'd be anything. Now, I have a child, a job, and my peace. She touched Amara's hand gently. Don't let other people's voices drown out your own. If he loves you, hold on to that. Amara swallowed hard. Thank you. Back home, Deo was pacing. He was worried. When Amara walked in, he ran to her. Where were you? I needed to breathe. Don't ever scare me like that again. She smiled gently. You care too much. I know. She pulled something from her bag, a tiny music box. I saw this in a shop. Thought it would help you sleep. Deo opened it. A soft tune played. A lullaby his mother used to hum. How did you know? Lucky guess, she said. He held her close. Amara. I think I'm falling in love with you. She whispered, I think I'm already there. That night, Deo made a post on his social media. She is more than her past. She is my peace. My strength. And I will protect everything her with I have. The post went viral. People began to comment with love and support. True love wins. Thank you for standing by her. We all have a past. And just like that, the world that once judged them started to understand. But as they smiled together by the fireplace, a shadow watched from afar. Someone was not happy. Someone who had hoped Amara would run away, who had whispered to the press, was planning something darker. But for now, Amara and Deo had each other. And that was enough. For now. It had been a month since Deo's post about Amara took over the internet. They had survived the storm of public opinion. What used to be gossip had now become support, and what used to be shame was now part of a healing story. But the shadow lurking behind their joy had not disappeared. One early morning, Amara was in the kitchen, helping Auntie Miri prepare akara and pap. Since you came, my kitchen has been full of smiles, Auntie Miri said with a wink. Amara laughed. I'm just glad you trust me with your secret recipe now. Suddenly, Deo burst into the kitchen, holding his phone. His face looked worried. What's wrong? Amara asked, placing down the wooden spoon. There's another story. Auntie Miri raised an eyebrow. About what this time? He showed her the phone. Amara linked to former crime ring boss? Shocking new twist in Billionaire's romance. What? Amara gasped. That's a lie. I don't even know. Shoo, Deo said calmly. I know. We'll handle it. Auntie Miri stood, hands on her waist. This is wickedness. Who keeps sending out these lies? Amara whispered, it has to be someone who knows me, someone from my past. Deo clenched his jaw. Then it's time we find out who. Later that day, Deo called his friend Musa, a private investigator. Musa, I need you to dig. Find out who keeps leaking things about Amara. Musa agreed. Give me a day. I'll trace it. That night, Amara sat on the balcony, looking up at the stars. I thought if I stayed quiet, the past would stay buried. Deo joined her, holding her hand. Sometimes the past needs to come out before we can fully step into the future. She turned to him. And what if it ruins everything? He shook his head slowly. Then we rebuild. Together. The next day, Musa returned with news. I found the person sending the stories, he said. Who? Deo asked. Musa was the best man. Even Lara sent a message of apology, though Amara simply smiled and replied, I forgive you. May you find your own peace. As the sun set on their wedding day, Deo and Amara stood at the edge of the garden, watching fireflies glow in the night. Do you still feel scared? He asked. She shook her head. No. Not anymore. Because I'm not alone. He wrapped his arm around her. Forever begins now. She smiled. And we write the rest together. Hello tribe, hope we enjoyed today's story. Please kindly put what you've learned in the comments section. Please remember to hit the like button, share this to your friends and family as well as subscribe to see you on the next one. Bye.